this bigger. Okay, so before I jump in today and show y'all how I made this big old number right here, let me move this back in the middle. Okay, so this is going to be a trade recap for today. I'm going to teach you, I want you to pay attention to what I'm saying pre-market. I'm going to go through what was going through my head, and I think this is extremely important to increasing your win rate and to winning more trades, okay? Like if you don't have a plan for the day, then why are you taking trades with no plan? Why are you taking trades to areas when you don't have, not only do you need to have a reason for entering, you need to have reasons for exiting. And that is extremely important in day trading. So let's get into it. No more time here. Let me make this a little smaller. Okay, I'm going to put myself a little tiny little boy in the corner. So as you can see here, on all my funded accounts, we ended up making this big boy number, end up passing some Lucid accounts. All these Alpha Futures are passed. All these Apexes are passed. And that's my live account at the top. So I'm going to close this. And we're just going to jump straight into it. So this is the trade I end up taking. And I'm just going to remove everything. And we're going to go from the beginning. And here's proof. As you can see here on my live account. Bang, entered, sold here. And then here's the equity. I started this at 3,000 last week on Thursday, and I've ran it up to 5,100. So I'm going to close that now. That was the proof. And now let's get into it. So let me get a little grape. Okay. So market open. Before the day even starts, I like going here. I trade the macro. So that's from, I mark out 9:30 open on both ES and NQ. And today, it's good that you have both pairs pulled up at the same time so you can look for SMT divergences, okay? Because that was a big part of the reason I took my trade today. Let me show you what went on here. Another mark out here, 950, which is the macro. And bang. Okay, let's break down what I was looking for pre-market. So on NQ here, I liked these highs here, from that huge move up at 4 p.m. yesterday. I like that. I was like, okay, I like that. But one of my big ones was these lows right here. Was another extreme target because you had this huge move up. 300 points and at 4 p.m. before sessions about close, which is crazy. So you had that. And then after we made that big move, we've basically been consolidating this range. So I was waiting for us to either take out the range lows and then go higher, or sweep highs, go lower. So that was kind of like my play for the day. And like if you go into the 15-minute here pre-market, we also had these lows here and then these lows here as well. But these are like equal-ish lows, which adds more confluence, right? So going into market open here, I marked out pre-market. I had these highs, and I had these little 5-minute highs, and I had, these highs up here, which were plays too, like these equal these highs here. Okay. Which were London session highs. So we had London session highs here and London session highs here. And ES ended up sweeping these highs out. And NQ didn't, which is an SMT divergence, showing that NQ is a leading index to go lower, right? And then on top of this, we were filling this 5-minute gap, respecting it. And if you break down that even further, this 5-minute gap is also a 15-minute gap. So I was seeing that. As you can see, we've respected that all the way. So then I'm down to the 5-minute here, and now I'm down to the 1-minute. So during market open, I see us push up. ES rips. NQ staying under these 5-minute highs. And then it goes up, sweeps it. Forms the SMT. I don't know why this candle looks so weird. But let me remove this 15 minutes. So we're in a 5-minute and a 15-minute fair value gap. A bearish one, right? So could push price lower. And ES swept these highs and NQ didn't. And right after ES sweeps those highs and NQ doesn't, it it breaks this for value gap. I don't know why it looks so cooked here. It wasn't. Let me refresh this. Reload. It did not look that cooked this morning. Okay. That's a 5 minutes. The 1 minute still look cooked. Yeah, the 1 minute still looks cooked. I don't know why it looks cooked. It literally, this was a IFVG right here. I don't know why it looks like this. And NQ inversed it right here. And this is where I entered off that inversion. Stops here. And my first take profit was this internal low on the move. Right? So let me go to the 5 minute. This 5 minute low down here was my first move. Because I was like, this is all like low resistance liquidity down here. And I was like, if we sweep this, we're just going to dump down to this. This was target 1 for 100 points. And then target 2 was this. Okay? So we entered off that 1 minute inversion. So we entered off that 1 minute inversion. Look how close price came from stopping me out. Ideally, I mean, I thought that one inversion, and especially how like that was a good, clean close. I was like, we're dumping. But this is why you hold your trades to the end. Because I could have easily saw this green candle and been like, oh, well, let me just get out right here before price stops me out. Like, oh, it looks so obvious it's going to stop me out. But stay with your trades, okay? Another good thing I could have waited for was a retrace. I could have waited for this, you know, close down and then maybe get like a 1 minute fair value gap and then go. So like here or here would have been the best 2 entries. And if you entered here, you could have put your stops a little tighter. But this was the best entry. I entered here, and I don't care. I was willing, if it price wanted to come up and stop me out and go take out those highs before going lower, so be it. But I saw that SMT. I saw the way price was reacting. Even ES broke structure after doing that. I mean, look, when ES swept it, they both inverse fair value gaps. Like ES would have been a good trade too. It took it all the way down. And ES actually played out better. But I purely only trade NQ, but I keep both of them on my screen. I just have a higher win rate when I only trade NQ than I do when I trade ES. So once I saw us push down, I took TP1 here and then moved my stops to break even once we took out this 5 minute low. But I thought we were going to take that low out and just instantly flush down to here. Because that was the main objective that I saw for market today. That was the main move, the biggest move. And then after that, I was getting off. I was done. Okay? So I took TP here for like 450. And then I saw price come up a little bit, which I was fine. You know, a little 5 minute retrace. Oh my gosh. Where are we? I saw, you know, a little 5 minute up candle. You know, tap into this. Let's go lower. You know, we tapped in this little 5 minute fair value gap right here. I was like, perfect. I'm okay with that. I knew price could have even came all the way up to here. I was okay with that. But what I was not okay with, and what caused me to leave my trade before, exit my position before waiting for, you know, this low to get taken out, was when NQ wasn't taking out that low. I should have marked it over here. My bad, guys. When NQ wasn't marking out them lows, let me go back to the 1 minute. Okay. When NQ failed to take them here on this move, ES took them. And then they both inverse this for value gap off rip. You know, I saw this on ES, and honestly, that would have been a good trade entry to the upside if you wanted to target like 5 minute before going lower. But I ended up closing all my position right here at this candle high right there. This high right here is where I end up closing my whole position. So I ended up basically just taking everything at this low instead of letting my profit go to here. But as you can see, it was extremely close. Like as soon as I saw this green started printing, I just closed it. I was like, dude, that's ripping up. And yeah, ended up making 850 across all my accounts, past 5 Top Steps accounts. So now I'm back on XFAs on there. I got 5 Lucid accounts today. All my Apex accounts are 1 day away from $20,000 payout. 10 of them are 1 day away, and then I added another 10 a while back, and I'm still building the buffer on those. So, which the buffer has now been built, so now I just need to make 2K on those. And that's another 20. So, this is the trade. This is why me personally, the way I trade, I do not move my stops to break even until TP1 gets hit. And normally I don't touch it, but we formed an SMT at these lows. So we just double SMT'd. And if I'm willing to take a trade on price to go lower off an SMT, I'm also willing to close off that. So that was enough for me to be like, hey, price wants to go back up. And as you see, if I held, like if I never moved my stop loss to break even, yeah, the trade would have played out. But I would have been break even stopped here, and then price would have went in my direction. So instead of only making 400 something today, I end up making 800 because I closed the rest of the position. So yeah, that is the trade I took today, and which got me eligible. I need like $100 on all my accounts. I'm eligible for a payout, but I wasn't going to get on the market and take another trade for $100. I'm just going to wait for tomorrow and try to get another big winning day. So yeah, guys, this is it. Let me know if you want me to go in a little more depth on certain things. I'm also going to drop probably like a couple tutorial videos or more like in-depth videos on my specific strategy and like what makes me trade or like be confident in my trades. Because the biggest thing, guys, to help like improve your win rate and to help actually start making money from day trading is you need to be confident in yourself. So first you got to prove to yourself that you know what you're doing. So like back testing, putting in the hours, studying the markets every single day, day in and day out, live trading, back testing, more. The more work you put in, the better you're going to get, okay? I need you to study the markets. You need to learn candles, how they flow, how they move, how they print. You need to understand this and be confident. It's a language, okay? You got to be able to speak it. And just like this, like because of my intuition, knowing that, hey, price could definitely reverse from here, let's not hold for $100 extra. Let's get out of here with a lot of money, you know? And I think that's the difference that makes people that make a lot of money in a year and that don't. But that doesn't mean also as soon as you get in some money, you have to have a reason to exit, and you have to have a reason to enter, and you have to have a reason for your stop loss. Your stop loss should make sense. Your stop loss should validate the reason for entering. Your take profit should be a target that price should be able to hit based on what it has done. Okay, 5-minute, 15-minute lows. That's not unachievable. And you got to be realistic. Don't just hold for 40 RR. You know, I aim for 1 to 2 today. I mean, it was a bigger, you know, it was like a 1 to 3, but there was reason behind my trade, and there was reason behind the way I exited. So I wasn't off emotions, because if you allow emotions to dictate the way you trade, you're not going to trade well. So guys, that's the trade I took today. Ideas going forward for the market right now, as you can see, we basically in chop mix city. So like that's why I'm not going for banger rings, like massive trades. But you know, I do think we probably want to sweep this low. This 5 million point candle that printed in 4 seconds. I do think we want to come down here and take this at some point. But that's probably going to be later in the week, if not next week. But who knows? You know, you never know. Trump could literally say something right now, 4 p.m., and it could just dump to the moon. So hopefully y'all had a good trading day today. Stay disciplined, stay true to your execution, and just don't worry about the money. Don't worry about nothing. Just worry about you following your system and not trading based off emotions. And if you can do that for a long enough period of time, you will print in these markets. Good luck, and I'll see y'all next time.